Cross Surfer is a speed-focused Metroidvania inspired by games like Sonic the Hedgehog, Indivisible, and Tony Hawk Pro Skater. You play as Chris. In this futuristic world, all Christians can summon crosses for a variety of uses, but Chris chooses to surf on his. When a local church decides to investigate a giant evil spider haunting a forest village, it's up to Chris to grind out a solution. Christian media has often excelled in music, and recently, movies and shows have been doing well too. But Christian video games have typically fallen flat. We hope to be an outlier, bringing fun and vibrance to an area that desperately needs it. While there will be serious themes every now and then, Cross Surfer is, at its forefront, a game. It will be silly, wacky, and an experience that anyone of any belief can enjoy. The overall aesthetic of the game leans into early 2000s hip-hop, D&B, and PlayStation snowboarding game vibes. Art from Jet Set Radio, Street Fighter III, and various anime shovelware games have been the core for a lot of the character design and UI ideas. I've been dabbling in art since I was a little kid, but I've never been pro level at it by any means. A few years ago, I started to take it more seriously, and after Ben and I ran some calculations for how much animation and things would cost if outsourced, I've taken it upon myself to learn all I can about both 2D art and 3D modeling. What really motivates me are the characters. The main cast of Chris and his church members are all unique and exciting to create. I actually ended up modeling Liz before Chris just to try and solidify my understanding of modeling. We'll be using a combination of free pre-made assets and in-house labor, so there's a long road ahead.
Welcome. I'm going to talk about code. Code, really the foundation of game mechanics. It's how you do sick tricks of the protagonist, to having smooth transitions when talking to NPCs, making sure that navigating the options menu is just fluid and feels awesome. For those reasons, and the fact that the game is built out of code, we have to take it seriously, and we want to avoid taking shortcuts and just making sure the game is enjoyable and that future development doesn't become a nightmare. Originally, we were working in the Unity engine, but then we made the switch to Godot. The decision was made for multiple reasons, but one of the primary deciders was that there is a very strong 2D game development presence in the Godot community. And on top of that, there's a lot of helpful resources online via YouTube or forums where the community is great and they're willing to answer any questions to help me work through any issues or problems I come across so that we can just make this game as awesome as possible. Well, what have I been doing? There's definitely been a lot of struggles, as there always will be when having to learn a new game engine or having to learn how to make games at all. But we are making a lot of progress. We figured out basic physics and the rail riding mechanics are working and coming along. We just need to get it good to a point where we can actually really get the levels where we want them to be, to make them feel fluid, to kind of give you that Sonic-esque feel of being able to run through a level at high speed. We also have the basic damage system figured out, so we should be able to start kind of mass producing the different templates we want to use for enemies and hazards.
We've had a lot of progress and a lot of challenges. For the road ahead, we hope to produce a minimum viable product, or MVP, by the end of 2026.
But by the end of this year, definitely, we want to have rail system well modularized and ready for easy level development, and just having basic enemies and hazards and how they interact with the player, having that just down. That's what we do in code.
In the art department, there is a lot left to do as well. Characters still need to be modeled and exported, UI and sprites need to be designed. Since we have a solid basis, there are quite a lot of pivot points. So, in closing, we're gonna keep working, I guess, and this part, we didn't write. Yeah, happy winter, New Year, bye.